All right, guys, I'm gonna walk you guys through a very quick progression. The reason I like this progression is it challenges everybody while simultaneously really emphasizing control, both timing and jump height, as well as control of your jump forward and backwards. So first step of the progression is simply going to be a single under. We're gonna unpack the things I'm gonna be looking for as a coach in later videos, but I just wanna walk you guys through the progression. So progression number one, just single unders. I'm here, okay? Once we've got that, then we're gonna start layering in some footwork drills. So the first footwork drill is going to be a split forward, back center, and then a split forward, opposite foot coming forward. That is going to look like this. So I've got my single under, I'm gonna switch, and we're always emphasizing coming back to center. The third one that we're gonna do is I'm going to go feet together and then feet apart. So I'm gonna be here, 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 here. Again, always coming back to center. So I'm gonna go in my single under. Once I've got that, I'm starting to really work on some coordination and timing. Now I'm gonna start adding in some layered pieces to this that will eventually get my athlete to a double under. Now, first thing we're gonna work on is just that power hop. So I'm gonna take the jump rope, I'm gonna ditch that jump rope, and we're gonna work on a penguin hop. So that penguin hop is gonna look like this. The timing for the penguin hop that we're looking for is having that double tap of the thighs at the top, okay? We'll check timing once we teach it, but again, that double tap at the top is the important piece. So let's just say I was gonna do 10 reps. That's what we're looking for in the penguin hop. From there, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna work on the power hop, but we're gonna do it with singles and a power hop. So I'm gonna do 3 singles at a normal jump height, and then I'm gonna do 1 power hop at the end, so it'll be 3 and 1. So it'll look like this. Okay, so again, I'm working on timing and control of the jump as I work through that. Then I'm gonna shorten up the cadence a little bit. I'm gonna take it from a 3 and 1 to a 2 and 1. Again, all of this is to help my athletes maintain control and tempo. So I've got 1, 2, power hop, 1, 2, power hop, 1, 2, power hop. And then I'm gonna take it one step further. I'm gonna go 1 and 1. So I'm gonna go single, power hop, single, power hop, single, power hop, single, power hop. What I'm trying to establish there is maintaining control and tempo of the jump. At this point, what I've demonstrated with my athletes is who does have the capacity to get that power hop in there, at which point I can start layering in the hands. I would go right back through that same progression of the 3 and 1, 2 and 1, 1 and 1, layering in a double under or a double under attempt, and it would look like this. The 3 and 1, then I would shorten it up. I would go 2 and 1. And then I would go 1 and 1. This one is the hardest of the 3. Okay, and that change in tempo really starts to focus on control and timing of the jump. Once I have that, I'm gonna start stringing those together. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working on turning. When I'm getting into the turning, what I'm trying to focus on is maintaining my athlete has control of their jump and they're not moving around in space. So when you do this, make sure that the focus is, I should be able to turn in any direction that I want, and I really shouldn't move from where I'm at. I wanna make sure that I'm staying in place, and turning is a good way to focus on that. So let's just say I did a 90-degree turn to my left, and then come back to center. When you do this, make sure that it's done in controlled. If you turn too fast, you'll be ahead of the rope, and it'll be a little bit problematic for you. So let's just say I was gonna do singles. I would start turning, get to that 90, and then I'm gonna turn back to come back into that position. I can do the same drill with double unders, always focusing on making sure that I'm staying center. And then eventually I would turn that into a 360 and finish with a full circle. And what I'll find is this will highlight athletes that are jumping around quite a bit. All of this starts to highlight, do I have control, tempo, do I have control of jumping, all of that, and all of your athletes will be challenged by this, even with your people that do have double unders. What they're gonna be able to do is really focus on transitioning back and forth. So try that out, let us know what you think. All right, guys, we are going to unpack from a coaching standpoint. We already gave you the progression, but as a coaching, when I teach this to people, what am I gonna be focusing on? One of them is gonna be, what am I doing with my hands? Pat is going to be holding a jump rope with his hands because he's going to be jump roping. So if we go back to that progression, first thing we're going to be working on is the double under. Now, really what I'm focusing on is the single under. Really what I'm going to be focusing on here is like getting Pat to relax and doing something like a single under. So I want his shoulders to be relaxed and I want him to focus on doing most of the work at his wrist. So, and really what I'm looking for is kind of like a pushing down with his hands. Yes, we're all obviously making circles, but as he pushes himself down, that's really what because I'm focusing on making sure that we're doing most of the work with the wrist as he does that. So do a single under here, Pat, or a couple of single unders here, and I'm just focusing on, so the timing is he's thinking about pushing down. We don't need that microphone anywhere. Oh, good, good, and relax. So a couple things I'll be looking for in the single under specifically is making sure the hands don't start to float out wide as they do that, or making sure that we're not initiating this at the shoulder. Yeah, so what happens is obviously the jump rope gets short here when I do that. Now, from there, I'm gonna start adding in some footwork. What I also wanna make sure in this footwork is I'm gonna start making sure that through all of these single under variations, there will be no change in Pat's jump height or cadence. So regardless of what he does with his feet, it will look exactly like what he was just doing with the single under. So first thing I'm gonna have him do is he's gonna start here, he's gonna split, he's gonna come back center, and then he's gonna split, and he's gonna come back center. And the challenge here is always coming back center. A lot of people wanna go from here all the way back to the other position. We're gonna focus on always bringing it back to that home position. Yep, just like that. Beautiful. And notice if he was just to transition right into single unders, that cadence wouldn't change at all. I mean, it might be a little bit faster, but that's because he's not having to move his feet. Yeah, and the way we change that is not have so much distance back to forward when he does that, okay? Now, I'm gonna change it just slightly and I'm gonna have him go outside, inside, again, focusing on cadence, relaxing his shoulders, doing most of the work at the wrist. And again, if he's doing this correctly, he should be able to transition right back to singles, and there shouldn't be a whole heck of a lot of change with regard to the pacing or the jump height. Go ahead and relax. So once he's got that, then we're gonna work on the penguin jump. So this is where I wanna focus on the timing of the hands, specifically at the apex of the jump. So I'm gonna take Pat's rope, and all I'm gonna have him do is he's just gonna clap the thighs at the top of the jump. So up here, and I'm looking for 2 claps at the thighs because obviously we're gonna be working on getting to a double under, and I need 2 passes of the rope when he does that. So I'm just gonna have him do 3 to 5 reps here. Pat, go ahead. And what I'm looking for to make sure that that clap is happening at the top of the jump, which you will see quite a bit, is they will get off on the timing and they'll start hitting with their hands, and they'll be off. So when I teach this, I'll tell everybody, yep, look just like that. That will happen. That is an accurate depiction of what is gonna go on in the class. So when I coach it, I'll say, hey, if the timing is off, stop, reset. Don't keep jumping. I want them to come to a full reset because the timing is paramount here. I want them to start making sure that they're doing that at the apex of the jump. Once I've got that, I'm gonna give him the rope back, and we're gonna start pairing both that single under jump with that power hop that we were just doing with the penguin hop there. So what I'm gonna have Pat do is he's gonna be doing a 3-in-1 combo. He's gonna be doing 3 singles and then 1 power hop, but that power hop is gonna be also with a single. So we're not getting quite to the double just yet. I want him just to focus just on the jump. This is also gonna mean that he's gonna have to really maintain tempo of the rope as he works through this. So just do a couple versions of the 3-in-1, 2, 3, power hop, 1, 2, 3, power hop, 1, 2, 3, power hop. Good. All we're really focusing on here is making sure that that power hop stays intact. And then the other thing that this drill highlights is if we get off on our double unders, we immediately go back to that kind of like reset home base of the single so that I can keep moving as an athlete. Then I'm gonna speed the drill up or make it a little bit more difficult, and we're gonna go 2-in-1. Same drill, whenever you're ready, go ahead. So 2-in-1, we're still with the power hop, still with the single. Good. And then lastly, the most difficult version would be a 1-and-1. This one is the most challenging because it requires the most change of tempo. Good. So on this one, Pat, I want you to do 1 single, 1 power hop with a single.
Oh, with a single?
Yeah, with a single. Yep.
Gotcha. Sorry about that.
Nope, that's okay. Yep, right there. Yep, so he's just transitioning back and forth. This one is probably the most challenging of all of them because once we get to this drill, everybody wants to try to do a double under, but I really want the athlete to maintain control. And as we're working through these drills, I'm always gonna reset and come back to like, what's going on at the shoulder? Are their hands moving around too much? Or are they really trying to relax and use all of this at the wrist? Then I'm gonna transition that same set of progressions to a double under or a double under attempt. If people don't have double unders, I'm still gonna have them attempt in this scenario. If they miss, they'll just reset and try it again. So I want you to do 3 sets, Pat, of a 3-and-1. It'll be 3 singles, 1 double under. Yep. Beautiful. And again, what we're establishing here is control. I wanna make sure that Pat can control both the single and the double under, and if he gets off, he always resets back to that single. And then again, I would speed this up and I would do a 2-and-1 same drill. 2 singles, 1 double. Good. And then lastly, I would do a 1-and-1. I would do a single and then a double, going back and forth between those. Good. Lastly, this last drill, when we're turning, this one is to highlight the athletes that are jumping around quite a bit. So you'll see athletes that as they're doing their double unders, they might start here and they might finish back over here by the pull-up rig. Ideally, Pat would stay exactly, if he had a circle on the floor, he would never leave that circle. So what I'm gonna have Pat do is, he's first gonna do this with singles just to practice, and I'm gonna have him do a 90-degree turn to the left and then come back center to this position. Now, big thing then when he does this, so go ahead and face forward for me, Pat. So once you start your single, as you're doing your singles, you're gonna turn, face that direction, and then as you're doing your singles, you're gonna turn back and face this direction. So what we're doing here is, I want, again, maintain jumping control so he's not pushing himself forward or backward. What Pat needs to focus on is when he turns, it needs to be at an appropriate pace. If he turns too quickly, he's gonna leave the rope behind as he's turning. So it needs to be rather slow when he's doing this. So just start with some singles, Pat. When you're ready, turn to your left. Yep, good. Once he gets there, he's just gonna turn back center. Yep. So again, we're establishing control, and having some movement or change of direction while I'm doing that ups the ante just a little bit. Good. Good. And then from here, if he's feeling pretty strong about that, I'm gonna do the same drill with double unders, right? So he's gonna start with a double under, he's gonna make a 90-degree turn, and then he's gonna come back center. Again, as a coach, I'm looking at, is Pat staying where he's supposed to be staying? Nice. Good, and relax, cool. And then you can up the ante here. You can have them do a full circle. You can have them do a 180 and come back. You can up that drill as many ways as you want. But all of these are intended to both challenge my athletes, both my beginners and my more advanced athletes, with changing the tempo of both of those jumps, and then making sure that we're being as efficient as possible, because if I'm moving around on the floor, I'm wasting energy as I'm doing my double unders. I wanna stay right where I'm at the whole time, and I wanna spend the least amount of energy humanly possible to have this drill done. All right, gang, I'm gonna take Brian through that progression. At the end of the day, Brian already has double unders, correct?
Yes.
So what I'm looking for is I want him to have more command of the double unders. So this is not just for people that don't have double unders. If I can create more efficiency with both the single and the double, he's gonna be better off. So first thing we're gonna start off with, Brian, you already have single unders, so I just want you to start with some single unders, but here's what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on relaxing with your shoulders and think about just pushing yourself down with the wrists as you work through. So all of the work should be done here. I wanna really relax at the shoulder. Go ahead. Good. Once you hit 10, go ahead and relax. Good, okay. So once he gets 10, that's probably 8, Brian's a cheater. Then we're gonna switch the drill. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna challenge Brian's footwork, right? So the key when I'm doing this now, Brian, is I don't want you to change cadence. So I should be able to go from that single into the next drill very seamlessly. So what you're gonna do here is you're gonna have your footwork, you're gonna go into a split, and then right back center, and then you're gonna go opposite foot forward, and you're gonna come right back center. So the key with this drill, Brian, is if you feel off, even if you get the drill right or wrong, come back to that center, regain control, and then try it again. So you'll be here. I've got my singles. If I get off and I'm not sure, I'm gonna settle down and I'm gonna go right back to the drill, okay? So again, always center up. Slow down, there you go, good. And this is the point, right? So don't be in a hurry to kick your feet out. You got plenty of time, don't change the cadence. Not bad.
We'll do better.
Okay, so go ahead and put the jump rope down. So we're gonna do this without, right? So just worrying about the cadence, right? So, and again, I'm not worried about the jump at this point, so I'm just jumping. And then all you're gonna do is go front, center, yep, and then switch. Yep, just like that, keep going. Now, with your hands, when you're jumping, each time, it's just push myself away from the floor, so hands down. Yep. Yep, there you go, good. Go ahead and pick up the rope. Don't be in a hurry. So the key with this drill is the pace is the same. You don't need to slow down or speed up. As long as I keep the same pace with my hands, I'll be just fine. Okay, go ahead. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, okay. Slow down just a little bit. So what's happening here, Brian, is as you go to move your feet, you're changing the pace of the rope. So just leave it where it's at. And this can be a little bit challenging, right? But just don't change the hands of the pace of the hands. So I'm here, I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So I'm just jumping, keeping my hands moving at the same pace. Not bad, not bad. Better. So at this point, Brian's gonna struggle with that. We're gonna keep working on it, and I'm gonna move on from that one, right? So now we're gonna change the drill here, Brian. So instead of going forward, center, back center, you're just gonna go inside, outside. So again, pacing of the rope here doesn't change. So I'm gonna start here, inside, outside. So notice, at no point does the pacing of the rope change, just my foot position changes, okay?
Oh, no, Moss. Just bubble. Okay, here we go.
So just do like 5 or 6 singles, and when you're ready, then go. Don't be in a hurry to go to the second foot position. There you go. Not bad.
I have coordination.
Settle in with the singles first, right? So get 3 or 4 until you're like, I'm good. There you go. Now don't jump quite so high. You got time. There you go. There you go. Good. Outside, inside. Yeah, good. There you go. Nice, good, and relax, good. So that's the struggle that I want you to go through, right? So the gears are turning in there. You're trying to iron out that timing of my hands and my feet together. As you get more proficient at this, this will carry over into the double under, into singles, potentially triple unders. So nicely done. Now from there, we're gonna transition, we're gonna do that penguin hop drill. So what's gonna happen is I wanna make sure that at the top, I'm getting 2 taps or 2 claps at the thighs when you're at the apex of the jump. So I'm gonna count the reps here as you work through. We're gonna do 5, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you get off pace, I'm gonna stop you and we're gonna reset. Okay, here we go. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, so at this point, good timing. I wanna go ahead and pick up the jump rope. Now, from here, we're gonna keep that power hop. We're not necessarily gonna go right into a double under, so you're gonna do 3 singles and then a single power hop, and then the challenge will be going back to the singles from there. So as I do this, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, power hop, 1, 2, 3, power hop, 1, 2, 3, power hop, okay? So, slow down when you go back to the single. Not bad, yep. Yep, not a double, just single. Yep, so this is the challenge, right? So I don't want you to go to double because I want you to control that timing and pacing. So the key here is after I do that power hop, when I go back into the single, going from that power to the single, my hop needs to be fairly quick because I'm going right back to a shorter jump, okay? There you go. Yeah, nice job, good. Good, so already starting to iron that out, we're getting better. So now I'm gonna shorten it up. This one's gonna get a little harder as we progress through. So you're gonna go 2 singles, power hop, back to 2 singles. 1, 2, power hop, 1, 2, power hop, good. Power hop, good. Now, what I want you to focus on as we work through these drills is staying. So you're hopping back and forth here. Again, anytime I move away from my start position, that's distance away from my rope, which makes everything harder, right? As the distance increases from my rope, that's time. It's probably time that I don't have. So try to stay in place as you're jumping. So.
Double.
Nope, we're gonna change it. So you got that one, we're gonna change this to a single, right? And the key is this one feels fast, the key is to go slow. So you're gonna go single, power hop, single, power hop. There you go. Good, stay in place, eyes forward, you don't need to look at your feet. There you go. Nice job, good. So as he's going through this, what I start to notice is because I'm looking mostly at his feet. Once he starts to get a hold of this, if he's moving backward and forward when you're doing this, Brian, I'm immediately gonna look at his eyes. He's looking down in that scenario. He starts to settle out as I have him look forward because now he has better balance. So try to keep your eyes forward on this one, Brian.
Single, single.
So now we're gonna go back to 3 and 1, but we're gonna throw a double in there. So either a double or a double attempt. So you're gonna go 3 singles, double under attempt, back into 3 singles. Good. Don't tuck, just jump a little higher. There you go. There you go. That's what I want right there. Good, and relax. So what I want you to think about is when you go to do that double under, try to avoid this tuck. It's unnecessary energy expenditure. Think eyes up, chest up. I'm just jumping at the ankles. It's just a little bit higher as I work through, okay? So we're gonna change it. We're gonna go 2 and 1. So 2 singles, double, 2 singles, double. Good. There you go. Nice job. Remember, stay in place. Try not to hop backward. There you go. Good. And relax. Nice job. Now, this is the hardest one. Single, double. Single, double. And again, focus on trying to stay in place because as you move away from the rope and you start hopping backwards, I'm going to have to reclaim that distance on my rope. I'm either going to have to pull my hands back because as I jump away, my hands are going to move forward, or the rope is just out in front and it's hitting forward of me versus right underneath my feet. Okay? There you go. Not bad. Good. Good, and relax. Okay, so we'll work into this next piece. So we're gonna go back to singles and we're just gonna do a little turning, right? So we're gonna do a 90-degree turn. You're gonna turn, face the opposite wall over there, and then you're gonna turn back center on this one. You don't need to be in a hurry. I don't care how fast the turn happens, right? So everybody's kind of got like a stupid side, right? I can turn one direction, but I can't turn the other direction. Be slow in both directions to make sure you have control. Because what'll happen is if I do this too quickly, I'll leave the rope behind as I'm making the transition. So I'll be here, and if I turn too fast, my rope is gonna be off to the side versus directly in front of me, okay? So be slow on that transition. Too fast, slow down. See, as you start to do that, make like little 1-degree turns as you work through. There you go. That's the control that I wanna see. So that's just, I'm not worried about that miss. That was the right pace that I'm looking for there.
Same direction.
Yep. Nice. Slowly turn, keep going, keep going. I'll tell you when to come back. Good, come back. Slowly, 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 slowly. Not bad. So don't get in a hurry, right? Start hopping faster and faster and faster. Remember, all of these drills are maintaining control of the cadence and the jump, okay? So you get the purpose of that drill. Now we're gonna transition it to double under. So you're gonna start double under.
Go to my dumb side first?
We won't worry about that. We won't worry about that. So we're gonna worry with the double under. So because the dumb side happens when you come back this way. So you just gotta make it there. So we're gonna start with the double under and you're gonna turn. And then when you get there, if you need to, again, settle down with the double under, hold the double under, and then turn back this direction. At the angles, not at the knees. Yep. Good. Go ahead and turn back. Good. Good. And relax. Good. So now what I want to do is we're going to just work on double unders, and I want you to think about little less knee tuck as you come through. I should be upright right here. Think about jumping just at the ankles. Okay. We're going to do a set of 10 here. We'll do a set of 10. There you go. Good. So as you have less knee tuck, this becomes more efficient. Go ahead and relax. And then eventually what we'll do is we'll take a little height out of that jump because I don't want to jump any higher than I have to. So again, that's more energy expended jumping a little bit higher. I want to jump only as high as I need to as I'm working through that double under. Because as I start to speed this up, that extra height means I'm going to have to slow down my gait. It'll take me an extra 2 to 3 seconds to get to 50 versus a little bit shorter jump. So at first, we have this really high jump, and then I want to have a little bit shorter jump as I work through. But both of those are jumping. Think of it jumping at the ankle, not jumping at the knee when I'm jumping. Slow down a little bit. Good, come back up here where you were supposed to be. Yep. Nice, good, and relax, cool. And then lastly, what we would do is we would start layering in some breathing, right? So a lot of people are holding their breath. It's hard to count this, but you would want to be something like a breath every 4 reps or so. So I would want to be in and out every 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 as you work through. That's later down the road. It's really hard to count reps when you're breathing, so it would be just working on breathing, not worrying about your rep count. So nice job, dude, that was great.
Thanks.
Cool.
Thank you for watching, and if you found that helpful and you want more of this kind of content, we have literally hundreds of videos just like this, from practical tips and tricks to theory to everything in between, all in the knowledge. And if you want to learn from me directly and our cohort of level 4 staff members, then we also have the Knowledge Pro, which we do weekly calls and live interaction and homework and everything else in between. If you want any more information or would like to have a free trial of the knowledge, please click the link in the description below and get after it.